So hello everyone, welcome to another interesting session of the Astro Club. So today we're going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is basics of rockets. So in our previous sessions, we've learned about rovers. So did you all understand about rovers?
Yes, Akka.
Yeah. So today we are going to learn about rockets, that is basics of rockets. So let's move on to basics of rockets. So have you ever seen fireworks that shot up really high in the sky?
Yes,
During
Akka.
Diwali, you see like these fireworks, right? Yeah. So these fireworks reach such heights because of rockets. And they were the first rockets made by the Chinese. So the Chinese people made this kind of rockets. Okay, so a rocket's main purpose is to get people or things into the air. Why do we use rockets? In order to get move people or some things into the air. Okay. So that is the main aim of rockets. Do you all understand?
Yes,
Akka.
Yeah.
Yes, Akka.
So in the coming years, many improvements were made to firework rocket design. Earlier, these were the firework rockets, but later many improvements were made. And now they are used to launch the missiles during times of war. During wars, now they use rockets to launch the missiles. And also later on, rocket designs were advanced to transport the satellites and space shuttles into the outer space. You know, for transporting the satellites into outer space, also we use rockets only. So at first, people use rockets to light up these fireworks. But later, after improvements were made, they use rockets for missiles during wartime and then to transport the satellites and space shuttles. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk about an interesting project. So the name of the project is SCORE. So on December 18th, 1958, America launched a rocket that broadcasted a Christmas message from space. The message was recorded by Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was the president of the United States at that time. The mission was considered a great success. So they launched this mission, and after going into space, the mission also sent a Christmas message. So that message was also recorded. So this is the world's first satellite to relay the communication. Okay, it was launched using Atlas. So Atlas was the name of the rocket which was used to launch the satellite.
On 1958.
Yeah. So as it launched the first ever communication satellite into orbit and laid a foundation for what is now an essential multi-billion-dollar industry today. So this communication satellite proved like a very important milestone. So the communication satellite used to broadcast the Christmas message came to be known as the Talking Atlas. So after it gave a message from outer space, people started calling it as Talking Atlas, as it was launched aboard an Atlas rocket. So it was launched, the satellite was launched using the Atlas rocket, and since it gave a message, people started calling it as the Talking Atlas. So do you all understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Akka.
So now let's see what's a rocket. So basically, what is a rocket? A rocket is exactly what you think it is. So it's a long and it has a thin metallic cylinder with a pointed nose. So see, this is a metallic cylinder. This is a pointed nose at the top that shoots up from the ground, leaving a gigantic cloud of smoke in its wake. So when it goes up, lot of smoke is produced. Here you can see in the picture, lot of smoke is produced. However, there's more to it than that. So not only this, we have still a lot more to learn about the rocket. So there are a number of other things that make a rocket functional and useful. So the word rocket can mean different things in different contexts. So rocket has different meanings. So simply a rocket is a spacecraft, missile or other vehicle that obtains thrust from a rocket engine. So what is the meaning of thrust? Thrust is a force or a push. So it is something, a push that moves the rocket upwards. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the meaning
Okay.
of thrust, and this is the definition of rocket. So from the outside, the frame of a rocket is very similar to that of an airplane. So this is the rocket and this is the airplane. So if you look from outside, both of their surfaces look the same. And the surface is made of very light but very strong material like aluminum and titanium. So the outer surface, the outer coating is made of light materials but very strong materials like aluminum and titanium. Okay, so the skin of the rocket is covered with thermal protection system that protects the rocket from extreme heat caused by air friction. So when we go above, so the heat will be more, because of the friction, the heat will be more. And the rocket should be protected, right? Otherwise it will burn in the space
Blasted.
itself. Yeah. So that is why the rocket has a thermal protection system. So it protects the rocket from extreme heat caused by air friction, and also helps to maintain the cold temperatures that are needed for certain fuels and oxidizers within the rocket. So that is the use of thermal protection system, not to protect the rocket. So, I'll explain it here. So initially the rocket is like this, like what you see on the left. So initially the rocket looks like this. But if you send it directly in this way into the space, like the rocket can't survive there. It may blast. So it should be made many coatings and layers. So the thing that you see here in the right, so many coatings and layers will be made after that. And finally, it will be transformed like this. Okay, then it can survive the protection in the atmosphere. Did you all understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So see, these are all the technicians. So these technicians, they are fixing the things on the rocket. So like this, the people work and they install several things on the rocket. So now moving on to the rocket parts. So the rocket has various parts. So as you can see, this complete thing is a structure system. So this is the structure system, this complete thing. So this is the nose cone. Then here you have the fuel. So this entire thing is the frame. Okay, here you have the oxidizer. Here you have the pumps, the nozzle, and the fin. So this is the payload system. This is the guidance system. This entire thing is called as propulsion system. So just remember these names about each and every part. Just these are all the parts of rocket. About each and every part, we will discuss in the coming session. Okay, clearly we will discuss about each and every part so that you can understand much better. So until here, did you all understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
About rocket and all of these things. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's all for today. Let's continue in the next session.